Hello, protagonists, and welcome to another Doki Doki Donut chill stream here on Darkborne Plus. My name is Darkborne, your conquerable character, and you are my protagonist. And on today's very special chill stream, we are hanging out with Arden. So yay. Oh my gosh, Comfy, thank you so much coming in with that resub prime. 3 months. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. And yeah, you could have saved it for Tuesday. That way you could have rolled for all right. Let me first get to Arden. Let me get my tea. That's another thing. So I will be right back, everyone. Rabid, thank you so much. I will be right back. There is no everyone, I'm sorry, there is no now streaming post, so just give me a moment, everyone.
Your tea is ready for one, and for two, I was just on the phone with all trying to play Saturday.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I had to step away for just a second. I didn't have time to even BRB. It just went quiet. So I'm so sorry about that. All right, so while we're here, give me just a moment to put some honey into my tea so that we can have a nice little chat. So give me a moment. As far as your question, Arden, I cannot join that. Because I'll be too distracted by the music and like lose my place while reading. So that would be like too ADD brain for me. So give me just a moment. All right. So Spanish word of the day. Well, I know it's meant for me, but I'm just saying if you saved it, if you saved that resub for Wednesday, or sorry, Tuesday, not Wednesday. For Tuesday, you could have had one of the dragons spin on the wheel of dragon blessings. That's fine. I know. I'm gonna talk to. I'm actually gonna talk to Anubis about that. About if it's possible for us to add in things that we've gotten, because technically, this is a dragon. This is a on my end. It technically is a supplemental to the stream, so it might work. I don't know. We might be able to add it. So yeah, those work too. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. So first off, we have a redeem from Rabid. I need to thank you, Rabid. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the Spanish word of the day. Spanish word of the day is familia. Fa, mi, li, ah, which means family. So everyone say it with me. Familia. And so I'm going to go over now to, we're going to go ahead and go over to the other side. That way you can hear Arden. Also, you can see my dragon Fa right above Arden. Hold on, let me hide controller because I don't need the controller. But again, everybody can hear you now, Arden.
Welcome. If you happen to hop onto the multi, you will see my stream where I am currently attempting to make cursed art.
And I think, yeah.
I got pooped.
Okay, all right. So again, it's familia. Familia. And that's the Spanish word of the day. De nada. And so as far as the Enchiridion goes, we've gone through the opening, we've read Welcome Traveler, we've got a long history in brief. Like basically the TLDR history of Waterdeep. We've got, I believe this is halfway through surviving the city. So we left off right before. Was about to ask if I could sit in, but yeah, I really need to focus, but this is a chill stream, so give me just a moment. I do need to focus, but go ahead and jump on in. Comfy, you are allowed to join us. You can sit. You can sit on my shoulder.
I believe if you join us, you'll be sit right on top of my head too.
Nope, just on my shoulder.
Oh,
right there.
Yep, right next to Dark.
I shall let you read while I draw you bread.
Oh, right. So there's this. So people that don't know, there's this thing on TikTok. I'll send it to Arden as well. So Arden. Oh my god! Stop! Ah. I hate when they immediately just go in and they go in so hard. Let's see. I need to send this to Arden. Okay, it literally is that somebody told me that non-binary people don't exist, but but then when they opened the closet, they found this thing, and it's literally a non-binary character that just says "I like bread," and so that's the joke of what Comfy is. I just sent it. I just sent it to Arden.
My avatar was created by Blizzard Dusk, actually, yeah. Or at least this head portion. I have like 50,000 references of actual me, and I'm waiting to find the right artist who can do it properly.
All right, so since we're all together now, the Spanish word of the day is familia. Say it with me. Familia. So how would you say it in Afrikaans?
Let me try and see if I can remember how.
Arden is South African, so if sorry for the confusion.
It's all good. I assumed afterwards.
No, you're next. You're gonna be next. I'm gonna ask you how do you say it? How do you say it in Tagalog?
It's just family.
Family? Okay, cool. So, Comfy, how do we say it in Tagalog?
We don't. You're gonna laugh.
Go on.
Familia.
Because of the Spanish influence and Portuguese influence, that makes sense.
No, because the F sounds like P.
Oh, familia.
Familia.
With a P. Oh, interesting. Oh, right. That makes sense because instead of Filipino, it's Filipino.
Do you want to know how to say a Filipino accent? Replace all your F's with P's and all your B's with V's.
This is true.
My brain cannot comprehend this.
Oh, no. I've been around enough Filipinos.
You're on the wrong floor. It's the first floor on the... there. Dito. Over there.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I was surrounded by Filipino families when I was stationed in Japan. And this is true. Especially when you work in the chapel.
If you work in a chapel, you'll find 8 Filipinos as nuns.
No, not 8 Filipinos. No, we're gonna talk. Look. There was literally literally an entire Filipino community that was always at the chapel, always there. And they made sure that they're the Catholic ones. They were the Catholics. They made sure that all the RPs and the priests were fed, especially when there was a baby shower or a confirmation, a funeral, a wedding, like oh my gosh. And okay, if you want to live it up, let me just say this, and Comfy can confirm or correct.
Let me mute them real quick.
The best parties you could ever go to are Filipino kid birthday parties, because the party is not for the kids. The party is for the adults. And guaranteed hands down to bring your A game, because there will be karaoke.
Yes, there will be karaoke and a lot of drinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the food just doesn't stop.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't snack. Don't snack.
No time limit.
Oh right, yeah, no, it goes deep into
if you
the.
say you're going to go home, you're talking to 8 other relatives. And
oh yeah, there's no leaving a Filipino party.
Brought you two back in now that I've answered a question on my stream.
Okay, no problem. We're back on Arden's side. But yeah, no. That is literally how it is. The best parties. And this is me saying this as a Cuban Puerto Rican who's grown up more Cuban than Puerto Rican, but I'm just saying you will have an amazing time at a Filipino family party. Especially the kids.
It's not fun.
Huh?
If you're in the closet, it's not fun. They will constantly ask you, "Who's your girlfriend? Is that her in the picture on the phone?
Yes.
Are you dating someone? Let me look. We're going to the Philippines. And we're gonna find you a girl.
Right.
You'll marry her, have kids. Then we come back here.
Look. I will smile and nod to death. I will smile and nod to death to have the amazing sinigang, lumpia. There's just a whole. I've forgotten what the sweetened garbanzo beans, the ones that are crunchy, what that one's called.
There are a lot
that it's like peanuts. The way they're.
I would never eat it then. I don't know what that is because I'm allergic to the.
No, they're not allergic to garbanzos.
No, you said they're like peanuts.
No, the way that you eat them, the way they're prepared, they look like they taste like peanuts. But they're not, there is no peanuts, but they taste like peanuts. But anyway, I'm just saying, there is just so much food.
Yeah.
So much food in a Filipino birthday party.
Yes, there is.
The weddings aren't as extravagant as a Filipino birthday party.
Oh, yeah, no.
They spend more money on the birthday than they do in just... Like, they have good food, don't get me wrong, in a Filipino wedding. But it doesn't compare to the birthdays. Because the birthdays, that's when they really go all out. Why? Because everybody in the family and the community is invited. It is literally... the kid is like 2 years old and will never remember this.
I like how I said, I'm just going to join in. I won't distract DB. We go into an entire story about Filipino cuisine.
Because it's on my mind and I'm hyper-focused at the point. I'm hyper-focused on that point because we're talking about family and food and then I digress. But anyways, that is my distraction right now. For those of you that are seeing the dragon that is sitting on top of above Arden, that is That is FahdonLosLah.
You haven't switched on my screen.
Huh? What?
Which screen are you using? The D&D one?
Nope. I'm not using the D&D one. I'm using. We're on my Doki Doki stream, but I just happen to have the avatar for Fa there.
Strange, because yours still has your Darkborne on mine.
Yeah, it's Darkborne, but if you look above you on my side.
Which I don't have up.
which you don't have
Yeah.
up, that would be FahdonLosLah.
You know what?
Actually, before I go into the Enchiridion,
There we go.
who wants to hear Fah's backstory?
Yes.
Because I actually completed it.
Nice. Let's go. Let's go.
Because the Enchiridion is going to take long. Posture check. Thanks so much. I have a posture. It is terrible, and I should feel terrible, but I don't. So yeah. Oh, really quick before I forget, I want to thank everyone. I really want to thank everyone for your kind and loving words. I did message on my Twitter about what was going on with me. I'm still not at 100%. I would say I'm at 95%. I have tea in front of me with clover, quote unquote clover honey in it to help me. Because I can't mention other things on stream.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clover honey.
Sure.
It is a blend of jasmine, dragon pearl, and lavender dreams tea. It is a personal blend that no longer exists because the company doesn't exist, so I've had to make it myself. But anyways, this is my calming herbal tea. It'll help bring me back and center me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and open Fah's sheet. I'm gonna pop it down over here so I can read it properly. All right, so here we go. And now, mind you, this starts. The whole point of Fah's backstory is to give everyone a sense of why no one has. It's also to give a historical context for the game. Why no one has seen prismatic dragons in such a long time. But it also sets up as well a very, 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 very sweet friendship, which, you know what? I think I need to add your dragon here because you're here too. So
Yeah.
give me just a moment. I'm going to add distractions together forever.
You have no one but yourself to blame on that.
I know, and I love it. Okay. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so this is Sil. Sil AV. Are you kidding me? Is it?
Let me just let people know that what I am currently doing is quote unquote tracing, which is considered bad, but I'm doing this so that I can get line art better for what I really want to do, which is take this wonderful, wonderful screenshot I got from Papa Mutt's stream because he dared all artists on his stream to make cursed imagery of the beautiful, beautiful Mama Mutt Shepherd.
Oh,
did he really?
I love
he played Mass Effect.
Mama Mutt?
Mama Mutt.
That's what he named her. And he went with FemShep. And as much as I laugh at it, he at least got a better score than you did, Dark.
That is a
wait, what are you talking about?
You murdered all the floaty boys without even a second thought.
You murdered the floaty boys?
Look.
Dark murdered the floaty boys in their playthrough.
I did not know. I like in Destiny, everything wants to kill you.
I
so
see.
I didn't know.
Shoot first, cask. No, I'm just kidding.
No, hands down.
Boys.
And I'll do it again too.
Of course, Papa Mutt has no foreknowledge of any of the characters as well.
Ooh.
So he didn't even know who Gareth was.
It's a fair game.
Yeah, I didn't try to spoil anything for them. I told them that I was going to judge their actions, and the only thing that hinged on the judgment was what he did with the floaty boys in the beginning. Dark didn't even wait for someone to tell him that the creatures
Well,
were
the
harmless.
thing is,
No,
okay,
you fired first.
just to let you know, okay, you need to give context though. You got to give context.
What? On what the floaty boys are?
No. You need to give context. You can't just condemn me to a life of judgment because I had no idea. So there you go. There's FahdonLosLah together. There you go. All right. So context for that, and I know we're digressing because we haven't like gotten to any of the point of why I'm chill streaming, but whatevs. The context was it was on a Monday stream where the thing was it was going to be it was like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type stream where I was going to be playing and they were going to be, and the other members of the cast of Flights of the Legacy were, because they have played the game, were going to watch and judge me. And I was not allowed to listen in to anything they were saying, but the stream could hear them cringing and crying and screaming, and trying to get me to do things. Look, it took almost half an hour to get me to stop running around the city and finally get to the actual story objective.
And that was after I performed telepathy.
It literally, it was like, they were like, go, okay, you're close, no! And I like run past the thing several times because I was trying to clear certain objectives in my head of what I wanted to do. But no, if you're going to the floaty boys, okay, you got to understand, in Destiny, everything tries to kill you. Everything. Do not trust anything in Destiny unless it's like a story beat that tells you to trust it. Every creature tries to kill you.
What are you talking about? The tiny bear with a knife? It looks so cute.
What bear with a knife?
It's not gonna kill us.
What bear with a knife? In
Don't
Destiny?
worry about it. Don't worry
in
about
Destiny?
It. No, don't worry about it. It's okay.
I have no idea what you're bringing up.
It's completely unrelated. Just as a.
Oh, you just threw me off. You just completely threw me off. I'm like, what the what?
Just like, if I see a cute bear with a knife, it's like, oh, that's so cute. He wants pets.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna worry if they're gonna stab me or not.
Yeah, really. No, in Destiny, you're taught to fear everything. Like everything's an enemy. Like breathing is an enemy. Like, you know, but. So when I went into this thing, I'm like, nope, you look like you're gonna explode. You look like a bag of poison, because it was green. And I was just killing the wildlife, not realizing that I was murdering innocent creatures. Again, I couldn't hear anything they were saying, but they were just horrified at my playthrough.
That is hilarious.
But anyway, so we're gonna move off from that. We're gonna get back to what we're here for, which is not the Enchiridion yet. I'm gonna be reading to you all the backstory of Fah. But again, it does, the first part of it is historical context to give the DM and anybody else that hears the history some context as to why there are no. Why there was a world with prismatic dragons for quite a while. And I got creative. I did. Arden, be proud, right? You be proud.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Yeah, I am proud.
Okay, yay! I started getting anxiety. I was like, why is it taking so long to hear yes? Anyway. All right, so here we go. This is the backstory for Fah. During the Dawn Age, aka Time of Dragons, negative 3000 DR through negative 24,000 DR, the prismatic dragons mostly remained neutral as the metallic and chromatic dragons ruled over the quote-unquote lesser beings. In negative 24,000 DR, disgusted with what she saw, the Grand Matriarch of the Prismatic Dragons created a demi-plane to hide and raise her brood, away from the cruelties created by the other dragons, as well as to keep her kin safe from the waves of lesser beings taking hold of Faerun. She named this demi-plane the Clutch. Every century or so, Wuth Mona Keth Kren, aka Grand Matriarch Bone Crusher, an ancient prismatic dragon, would transform into a beautiful elven noble and travel the world to determine if it was safe for her kin to rejoin Faerun. But alas, she would see the greed, wars, and devastation of the lesser beings as a reminder of why she safely hid her kin. In negative 13,865 DR, Keth Kren visited, I'm going to butcher this name, Miyeritar, which was an elven empire at the time that no longer exists, where she was met with many questions about her name. Now, this part was inspired by Arden. With a deep sigh and much exhaustion, she sees a deer skull and proceeds to point to an old woman, and then smashes the skull, followed by pointing to both and clasping her hands together. The elves proceed to giggle, and one guard shouts, "Grandmother and Bone Crusher!" Kethkren shrugs as if, sure, why not? And thus she was then known as Bone Crusher. As the centuries went on and ages changed, Kethkren had her eldest brood that were of age transform themselves, sent them out as scouts so she may determine what is best for her kin. Age after age, era after era. Age after age. Sorry, I looked away and then I got lost. Age after age, era after era, she would still not be satisfied with how Faerun changed and not changed. 1472 DR began the Age of Innocence for the Clutch. FahdonLosLah, Mother is Magic, and FeimYolSil, Father is Magic, Kethkren's eldest broodlings, finally had an egg hatch. Now, let me just explain really quick before I continue on. These two dragons, just think of them as her children that acted like millennials. The reason why they didn't have kids was because it's kind of expensive raising kids in a demi-plane. You know, they would rather spend their time exploring and scouting and getting resources for the clutch than have a kid just yet. So they finally decided to have a kid. That hatchling was later named FahdonLosLah. Friendship is magic. Fa's parents knew their child was unique. Okay, let's be honest. Their child was on a quick path to being a himbo. Due to Fa's curiosity and high charisma, they can talk any mean member in the clutch. Mind you, they were all nice, but some were just a little traumatized by the real world. But anyway, so they could talk any mean member in the clutch into a quick friend. No one could really hate Fa or be mad at Fa for long. It's just the nature thing. Fa is non-binary. One elder dragon that once scouted as a dwarf with a scar on his left eye tried to scare Fa by telling them, just like he did with the other hatchlings and wormlings.
Open me.
Hydrate. Both of you.
I can't because my tea is still too hot, but I will when it cools down. Let me
I'm
try.
currently drinkless.
Go get a drink.
Go get a drink.
Give me 1 sec while I continue this cursed shenanigans.
Cursed shenanigans. All right. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, tried to scare Fah by telling them, just like he did with the other hatchlings and wormlings, that the beings outside only seek out dragons to wear them as shirts. Fah loved... there you go, wait. The others were very frightened and got the message. Fah replied, "You mean I can transform into a shirt? That's so cool!" Precious little being that is Fah.
Little himbo.
Hi, Blizz.
Kethkren decreed this generation the Innocents. As a special gift, Fah and the other young received special gifts suited to them that was hand-chosen by the elders under Kethkren. Fah received a griffin saddlebag. Fah loved reading the books that their kin brought back to the clutch. All dragons made sure to educate themselves of the goings-on in the world. Fah loves to read. Due to Fah's curious nature, Kethkren assigned guardians to many of the young to make sure the young do not leave the safety of the clutch. 1492 DR. The incident. That's what they're deciding to call it. The incident. Here you go. While napping, the guardians assigned to Fah felt it was safe to leave them alone because what harm could it be to leave them alone? They just read, draw, and play when they wake. Fah doesn't wander like the others. In a matter of a moment, Fah is awoken by a mysterious tiny creature, a butterfly. Fah, with their gear, hypnotically follows the butterfly, essentially leaving the safety of the demiplane. The guardians scramble looking for Fah as the entire clutch panics, and Kethkren calls for the scouts to search everywhere for Fah and return them home for safety. The scouts decide to avoid human cities because why would any prismatic dragon, including Fah, ever go to where the humans are? What may have seemed for hours, Fah loses sight of the tiny creature to only stumble, tumble, and crash into a silver dragon, thus making their first non-prismatic dragon friend, a bard named LeinSiLovaas, or Song of the World's Soul. Fah calls him Sil. Fah calls him Sil. And that is Fah's backstory. So that's how the two best buddies got met up. So now, mind you, this is not in the backstory, but ever since, because Fah was always sheltered, people are like, I know some people might question Fah's intelligence because of the -1. Fah loves to read. Fah's not stupid. Fah's just not very street smart or world smart. And they don't really retain a lot of the knowledge. Everything that they retain is things that they've written down to make sure to never forget.
Nice.
So they may have been told a massive piece of information, but unless they cliff note it for themselves, they won't remember shit. So, and there you go. There you have it. The sorcerer, the draconic bloodline sorcerer, Fah, the prismatic dragon.
We do love a himbo.
Yeah. So they're sweet and innocent
what's
too.
a non-binary himbo? What would that be called? What would they be
Thembo.
called?
Thembo.
Thembo?
Thembo.
They're them bows.
They're
Thembo or
thembos.
theybos?
Thembos or theybos.
Thembo.
I'd rather go with a
Theybos?
thembo because you already got the M.
It sounds like Venmo.
Yeah, it does.
Venmos.
Yeah,
They're
but it's a
Venmos now.
thembo. Thembo.
Thembo.
Thembo, yeah.
Thembo. Posture.
Like I would
Thembo.
say for the female version is a shimbo.
Shimbo?
A shimbo.
I thought female was bimbo.
Nope.
It was a bimbo and himbo.
I'm
was it
changing that. I'm changing that because
not? Negative connotation.
yeah, the negative connotations, the negative connotations that is put on that word of bimbo. Because the thing is that I see a female himbo is similar to a male himbo, so that's why I call them a shimbo.
A very buff, muscular woman.
Very buff, strong, sweet,
Buff and
dumbass
strong,
female,
sweet but dumb.
but dumb female.
Yeah.
So a shimbo.
A shimbo.
So it's a shimbo, himbo, and thembo.
How can I draw EB with little
Lips.
God, are you
I'll
doing?
let all of you stare at this wonderful
No.
cursed piece
I'm
while I
gonna
go
let
get
you all.
lips.
I'm gonna let you all live with that cursed image while I'm gonna start reading from the Enchiridion. Finally,
Oh,
like
God.
I'll be
almost
right back.
40 minutes after starting. So
We're just on the cheek. We were just on the cheek of that face.
okay. I'm curious. I'm
Yeah, go for
actually gonna go see this.
Oh God.
Let's see this. Goodness.
It gives off Monster Factory.
I gotta
YouTube
see
video
this.
vibes.
I gotta see
Great.
this.
When you have. How can I draw 3/4? Oh, there's a way. There's definitely a way.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That oh goodness.
Where is?
Oh, now I know what this. Okay, all right. Now I know
Yeah.
now I have context. But oh my god, that's
Yeah.
that's a look.
That
That's
is
definitely a look.
Definitely a look.
Okay.
Where is your reference?
Goodness.
There it is. Found it. All right. Can I flip this?
All right. So here we go. Nobility. Actually, I'll wait until Arden gets back so Arden can hear the Enchiridion.
Ooh. Okie dokies.
So I will also be taking a quick break. And
get-
I will be right. Yeah, I need to get a bottle of water
Yeah.
because I have my bottle of water is now runneth empty, and even though I have
Anyways.
tea, it's still a little hot. So I will be right back.
No. Okie dokies.
right, I am back, everyone. Sorry about that. It took so long.
All good.
Oh, right. I forgot. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
The hydrate. Yeah. So I'm back. Sorry again. Sorry. Apologies. I will be going again in about 15 minutes because that's when tummy o'clock happens here in this house for the doggos. So I hope the children hear me. 15 minutes, not sooner.
10 seconds. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. Every time I got up, they're like, now? No.
Man, it really was a mistake to Google furry persona and bread. It was a mistake.
You just now.
I'm trying to find a reference. And I regret it.
God, okay. Yeah, because it's a meme.
Yeah. At least I didn't Google Wonder Bread. At least I didn't Google that.
Yeah. So here we go. And none of you do it. So here we go. I was waiting for Arden to be back for me to continue reading from the Enchiridion. Now, mind you, this is from Volo's Waterdeep Enchiridion. It's basically Volo's fancy word for guide. It's a fucking guide. To Waterdeep. I don't know why this man had to use such fancy words, but it's Volo. Because it's Volo. No, because it's Volo. Because it's the character.
Yeah.
And they literally wrote this like if it was him writing this. And I can see that. As I was reading it last time. All right, so here we go.
That's how you do lore.
Oh no, it's beautiful.
Unlike the Forgotten Realms freaking modules. I mean, what?
You mean adventures through the Forgotten Realms modules that we shall not name? Okay,
Man,
they who shall not be blown up. I mean, named.
Where's the tea dump when you need it? God.
All right.
Hot tea.
All right, so here we go. Nobility. While you might encounter dwarf diplomats from Gauntlgrim, satraps of Amn, Duchess of Tethir, or thanes of the northern lands in Waterdeep, the nobles you really need to know about are the city's own. 78 noble family lines are found here, many of which can trace their lineage back to the city's founding. Books have been written about individual families, histories of their accomplishments, and how they fit into the webs of wealth and patronage that govern nobles' activities. So it is beyond the scope of a pamphlet this size. It's calling this fucking book a pamphlet. Anyways, this size to attempt to describe their particulars. I can, however, endeavor to equip you with the tools to recognize nobility and to interact with them with the higher class. Here we go. Spotting a noble. Nobility in Waterdeep are granted the right to bear arms.
Bear arms?
Yeah, bear arms. Bear
Bear
arms.
Got it.
Fluffy bear arms, yeah. In the legal code of the city, this means not merely the ability to carry a weapon, but the right to retain up to 70 equipped soldiers. These soldiers always wear a house's colors and the house's arms of grace, a heraldic device often borne on a shield, worn as a cloak pin or affixed to a helmet. Others throughout the city, even foreign dignitaries, are permitted to retain only up to 16 armed warriors, and laws against impersonating those in the employ of the nobility mean that other mercenaries and bodyguards most often dress plainly, so as not to be mistaken for the retinue of the noble. So, your first clue that you might be in the company of a noble is the sight of a large number of armed and uniformed soldiers. Many nobles, particularly young ones seeking entertainment, travel without an entourage of guards, or only in the company of other nobles. In this case, you'll know you're in the presence of nobility because of the deference others give them. Follow suit, and you should be fine. Follow suit means kiss their ass, in case you didn't get that. Above all, be polite, kiss their ass. Always address a noble as lord or lady or schmuck. A short bow or a nod of the head to acknowledge a noble upon each meeting and parting is customary. Obsequiousness and servility is something all Waterdavians scorn, but you should also beware of acting in an overly familiar, boastful, and disrespectful way when in the presence of a noble. Oh dear God, our poor himbos. Ah, our poor dum-dums. This is, though this sort of behavior isn't a crime, and laws against dueling prevent a noble from initiating a direct armed confrontation, the noble families of Waterdeep have immense power in the city, often in unexpected quarters. A noble from initiating quarters. Many have influence in nations as distant as Kanshan and Cormier. I don't know if they spell California and Cormier, because I can't pronounce the name.
Californian corn.
Yeah, and corn.
Kalamshan.
And Cormier. Be assured that any slighting of a noble will not be forgotten or easily forgiven. If you're not certain whether someone's a noble, address the gentleman as sir, and the gentlewoman as good woman. Neither will give offense, and generally, a noble will politely correct you as to their actual title.
Hey, Spike.
Hello, schmuck. How are you doing?
Hello.
Spike, what do you think?
Alright.
Curse?
So I am
Spike,
going
what
to go BRB because it is now
Taco time.
7 minutes till, and she's starting to chirp like a freaking fire alarm. So I will be right back. right, and we returned.
Oh,
No,
that's what?
so we're back. We've returned, and now we're going to continue on to. Now that we've learned what is nobility and how to spot a noble, we're going to go to nobles and patronage, and know a noble's business. All right, so here we go. Nobles and patronage. Nobles in Waterdeep are patrons of and investors in all matters of business in the city and abroad. And why am I saying it in this voice? Because I think this is how Volo sounds. Sorry, Anubis sent me something, so I will look at that later, Anubis. Let's see here. There you go. Sorry. Nobles in Waterdeep are patrons and investors in all manner of business in the city and abroad, as well as the many expressions of the arts. They spend coin to fund celebrations, contests at the Field of Triumph, upkeep at the city's temples and shrines, civic projects, guild events, and charitable actions such as burial of the unknown dead. Their motives are manifold, but their actions, no matter the reason, earn them loyalty and high regard from those who benefit from their largest. In other words, they bribe the poor. But let's see here, keeping on as we go. Seeking patronage from a noble without having been introduced to that person is considered an insult. So you must first befriend someone in a noble's employ or circle of influence. Doing so is no guarantee of ultimate success. Much time and coin can be wasted trying to curry favor with an acquaintance of a noble who turns out to be unscrupulous or a little help for some other reason. My advice is to do something deserving of attention, whatever your vocation, and someone from the noble families of Waterdeep will eventually show an interest. And hello, Binary! There you go. Know a noble's business. In other words, of that quarrelsome acquaintance of mine from the Dales, before you strut your stuff in the chickens' preening circle, get to know the other cocks first. Cocks as in roosters.
Yes.
This colorful aphorism applies applies well to the affairs of nobility. Because when you have interaction with a noble, you are at the same time dealing with one's entire family, as well as the network of business associates and allies. That situation can put you in a troublesome spot if you are unaware of the noble's connections. All right, that's it for nobles. Now time for guilds and guild law. We first take a sip of my tea because my throat. Look, doing character voices is tough work.
Yes.
Even when you don't intend to do character voices. Right, Arden? What? What are you wrestling for?
I'll show you character voices.
What are you wrestling for?
I'm allowed to wrestle you.
Why?
You're calling me out for it. I'm sitting back.
Why
here
am I
going, "You're the
calling
one that
you
does
for?
voices more."
I'm not calling you out for it. I'm looking for a confirmation because of all the voices I do.
This is true.
That wasn't a call out. It was like I was actually looking for. Hey,
Say
back
it
me
from
up!
the gut.
Like back me up. I do a lot.
Say it from the guts.
Now look, if I wanted to call you out, I'll be like, ha ha!
Would you?
No,
Would
I
you
wouldn't.
really?
I wouldn't really.
Would you really?
Oh dear me, I'm free. Oh dear, I'm free as well if you want me along for the ride.
Ayo.
Binary.
Hello?
Binary.
Hello.
Okay, I don't know for adding. Okay, this. You, dear tiny dragon. Just know I'm going to be continuously reading from this Enchiridion. I can ill afford further distractions that I've already done to myself. But you are welcome to join, as long as you can keep thine tiny claws in thine reliquary. Go ahead and join us, basically, is what I'm saying. But just, like, be mindful that I'm trying to read.
Thine DB is thine cute. And attempting.
At what? At what? Of course! Uh-huh.
I continue.
Oh, you know what? Did you want me to read? Okay. Who wants me to read the rest of this part as Fa?
Oh, Lord.
The guilds and guild law. Well, I have tea. I have tea, and I will be taking breaks in between.
Welcome.
Binary. Okay, now that you don't have that white background, I'm gonna have to move you.
Yes,
Oh,
butt
right.
chin.
I need to.
Got the butt chin.
I need to. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Uh,
I need silent
because-
because I'm native and book
Boop,
stuff.
boop. You can't tell me that's not a butt chin.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's. Oh goodness.
Whoa.
I
That's only
need to.
actual game.
Oh, there you go. There we go. You're a little bit bigger. I made you a little bigger so you can be seen, because now you're on a chair.
For me, you're in the void of whatever the artist space is.
In a corner of Arden's.
Okay, anyway, so here we go. All right, back to this. All right, so I am going to be reading the rest of Surviving the City as Fa. So now you're going to be hearing my character read this as much as I can until I don't want to strain my voice, because there's still the Wards of Waterdeep, at the city splendors, and parting words. Those are the last parts of the Enchiridion. So we still got a ways to go. So here we go.
Guilds and guild law. No aspect of life in Waterdeep goes untouched by at least one of its more than 40 guilds. Virtually every profession has an associated guild, and there's hardly a citizen of the city.
Oh, wow. I have not warmed up enough for that. I am just going to go back to reading it the normal way. Oh my god, that was tougher than I thought. I am not prepared for that. Because, okay, you all got to understand, when Fa talks, it's very short moments. Like, Arden can tell you, when I have Fa speak, it's just little outbursts. Like,
No.
Are you kidding me?
Do I need the... You know what?
you should have it. Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
When did I end up in the trial section?
But yeah, no, it's very short bursts. So I'm gonna. Wow, that was tough, and I'm now feeling like I got a cold. Hold on, give me a second. That was a tough workout on my throat that I did not expect. I guess it's because I was reading so much beforehand in the other voice that yeah. All right, let's go. Anyways, so I'm gonna reread that. No aspect of life in Waterdeep goes untouched by at least one of its more than 40 guilds. Virtually every profession has an associated guild, and there's hardly a citizen of the city who doesn't belong to one or more guilds, or doesn't work for someone who does. As a visitor to Waterdeep, you need to know this, lest you run afoul of guild law. Guild law isn't technically in the legal code of Waterdeep, but guilds are mentioned in the oldest surviving legal documents, penned by Garen himself. And the rules of guild law are respected by wise city folk. And when I say guild law, no, I'm not talking about fairy law.
No.
If you get the reference about fairy law, you're welcome. Anyways, yeah, your snort. I know you knew what I was talking about when I said fairy law, but the coming from binary because fairy dragon.
Yep.
But that's not the type of fairy I was referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, here we go. Guilds take their laws seriously, as do members of the City Watch and the Magisters. If you flout a guild's traditions, you can expect not only public scorn, but also a visit from enforcers of the law. So they're a mafia. Good to know. Awesome.
The law. Anyway.
Many guilds have their own codes of accusation, trial, and punishment. Such as a member of the Baker's Guild who sells bread baked in the wrong shape will be drenched with water and coated with his own flour. Jeez.
Damn.
Heckling a member of the Jester's Guild will result in the offending party being jeered at in public by no less than 4 guild members for a period of 4 days. I kind of like that law, though. That's actually kind of funny.
Both of those.
I don't like the baker one, because what if they accidentally messed up and they're like, I still need to make money? Like, that's not fair.
I mean, they
That's
still
why it's
can.
funny.
Anyways. Or maybe they're trying a new technique. I mean,
They're not allowed.
they're not allowed. No, everybody has to be robotic. Anyways. Any ship that unloads its cargo without due observance, or aid by the Guild of Watermen, shall have its cargo seized and or thrown into the harbor. That's kind of harsh. That one's kind of harsh.
Sorry, just don't mind me.
That one is kind of harsh. Don't mind you. What are you doing, Binary?
Sorry, just thoughts of Binary being in a pet cage and then somebody not paying their doc papers. Or getting anything else for note for that.
Oh my god.
But again, fairy law does not apply. Oh, so here you go. Many guilds have codes that entwine each other, complicating matters even more for the outsider in Neverwinter. If you want to construct a building, you simply purchase the land and hire workers to build it. In Waterdeep, the Surveyor's Map and Chartmakers Guilds must first be consulted upon designation of the plat, then brought in to draw or approve the construction plan. The Cellarers and Plumbers Guilds must then clear and prepare the site, only after which you will be able to hire members of the Carpenters, Roofers, Plasterers, and Plasterers Guild to erect the structure. So complicated. Anyways, if you do business in the city as anything other than a purchaser of goods or services, I strongly advise you seek out a local solicitor and pay to be guided through the process. No guild of solicitors exists, so be sure your choice comes highly recommended by individuals you can trust. Oh, I skipped a whole section.
Nah.
Moreover, the work... Yeah, no, I skipped an entire whole paragraph by accident. Sorry. Moreover, the work... guild to erect the structure. Moreover, the work will not be complete until members of the Guild of Fine Carvers and Guild of Stone Cutters, Masons, Potters, Tile Makers design and craft any decorative element of wood, stone, or ceramics, and after the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers has manufactured and installed any door hinges. If the building is to be connected to the sewers or a city water supply, the Cellars and Plumbers Guild must be called upon to do that work. Want glazed windows installed? For that, you'll need to hire members of the Guild of Glass Blowers, Glaziers, and Spectacle Makers. If you do business in the city other than a purchaser of goods and services, I strongly advise you to seek out a local solicitor to pay to be guided through the process. No guild of solicitors exist, so be sure your choice comes highly recommended by individuals you can trust. To learn the peculiars of any guild's rules, consult someone on duty at the guild headquarters or ask a senior guild member. All that said, working at a guild-related profession without being a member of that guild isn't illegal. Guild members have no lawful recourse to interfere in the business of someone who chooses not to join the organization. But if you practice a trade or operate a business without becoming a member of the appropriate guild, word spreads, and you'll find that your coin isn't good for purchasing the goods or services of anyone who is a guild member. Since that group includes virtually everyone who sells the necessities of life and offers shelter for a fee, the benefits of joining a guild swiftly become apparent to those who procrastinate in this regard. In other words, mafia. Guilds are mafias.
Essentially, yeah.
So
At
They're
least
like
in
a
at least
trade
in
union.
Waterdeep. At least in Waterdeep.
Nice.
So it's a good thing that today's word is family, because yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so now I will say Fa is now equally parts disturbed after reading that.
just a bit.
In other words, guilds are meanies.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new there.
And nobles are meanies.
Yeah, nothing new there.
I know. So we're gonna open Fa's notebook, and we're gonna write that exactly it. Nobles and guilds are mean. Exclamation point.
One won't cover it. You need 3.
There we go. There we go. Poor Fa. Poor Fa. And now, mind you, this is supposed to be Fa reading all of this, speed reading all of this, while they're having the conversation with Volo. So all this happened before all this reading happened before we left our meeting with Volo, because Fa decided, okay, this talking is boring. I'll half listen to what I need to, and I'll just read this book. Is that bored? Again, ADD coping mechanism. So the hyperfixation of Volos and Enchiridion. Here we go. All right. Now the Wards of Waterdeep. There we go. This is gonna be interesting.
I'll
Go.
Put that back down there. And do that.
What does that make you again?
Oh, right. That your ear. All right, so put that thing back where I found it, or where you found it, or so help me, basically. All right, here we go. All right, the Wards of Waterdeep, and this is the cover photo of that chapter. Isn't it pretty?
So pretty.
There is a nice piece of art.
You know. All right, the Wards of Waterdeep. Newcomers to the city of Waterdeep are often confused by the importance that Waterdavians give to wards. In other cities such as Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter, districts are bounded by rivers or walls. But in Waterdeep, one can traverse from ward to ward by crossing a street. A fact that offers the drivers of hire coaches some amusement when an ignorant tourist... What?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Sophie apparently sensed that I was bending over.
Yes, I did.
Ah, okay.
See you tomorrow, Mum, when I get back.
Oh, you're leaving?
No, I was talking to Mum.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I
there you
tried
go.
to keep that one on a low down for you guys, sorry.
Nope, it was on stream and we heard it. You're fine.
No,
Districts
I've
are...
got
Okay, here we
I've
go.
got Penny's course to go to.
A fact that offers the drivers of hire coaches some amusement when an ignorant tourist requests a ride to an adjacent ward. Now, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. We can't hire coaches. We can't hire a ride anywhere. We're going to have to hoof it everywhere.
We don't need it.
We're going to have to hoof it everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to have to walk everywhere.
Walking is fun.
I think it's hilarious that we're getting this lesson, right, in the book about hire coaches and stuff like that. And how do I put this? How do I put this? It's irrelevant to us.
I was going to say, won't you be able to fly at some point?
Well, we're waiting on getting a flying permit.
Well, yeah, but the moment you've got that, you don't need to care about city plans.
No, the thing is that we're not allowed to fly. We were told that we are not allowed to fly.
Damn.
Huh.
Yeah, we're not allowed to fly within the city limits. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, we will. We will. Thank you, Anubis. Yeah. Don't worry. You get stuff done. By the way, I already read to stream the backstory for Fa. But yeah, so now we're on the Wards of Waterdeep. We already did the nobles and the guilds. Right now, at this portion of the book of surviving, so Fa didn't really digest everything except that nobles and guilds are mean. That's literally all they got out of all that information. So for the Wards of Waterdeep, this is going to be interesting how Fa's going to interpret this. So let me continue reading. Each ward has its own history, legends, and traditions based around who lived there in the past, famous or infamous events, and the uncanny things that continue to occur. For example, children, even some of adults, hop on one foot when crossing Asmog's Alley in the Castle Ward. Why? Well, Asmog was an apothecary who poisoned many patients, buried them upright beneath the alley under cover of night. He was discovered, and some say that as many as 80 bodies were subsequently pulled up from holes under the alley's wide flagstones. Though this happened over a century ago, children passing through the alley still sing a song. Hop for the hollows, hop for the dead, hop on the flagstones, hop on their heads.
Jesus Christ. Children are horrifying.
Another song for Sil to know.
I don't think that we're going to be singing anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if we go
Well,
to only if we go to Asmagaz Alley.
Hmm.
Pass right by that and be like,
Give
okay.
me just a moment. I will be right back. And
You
I'm
are not allowed
back.
to amass a murder.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I am back,
Be right
everyone.
back, DB.
All
I'm gonna
right.
feed a crow. I'm gonna get a murder of crows in my wake.
All right.
DB.
All right, here we go. So,
Come death.
see here. Hey, hop for the hollows, hop for the dead, hop on the flagstones, hop on the heads. As you stroll down the warrior's way or street, the street of silver, listen for the children's delightful screams and go give it a try.
I
thought
would
we
ra-
don't.
Doing that.
I would rather not. Waterdeepians are weird.
I'll agree to this fact.
So, these shared stories and traditions impart to each ward a different culture, just as much as distinctions of class and wealth. Yet nothing drives residents to identify with their wards as much as festivals and sport. Nearly every race and parade of the city features a competition between wards as part of the festivities. On such days, homes and businesses fly the colors of their wards, trot out their mascots, and sing rousing songs that celebrate where they live. If you stay in the city for even a month, you're sure to see some version of this display of civic spirit. All right, here we go. Speak like a native. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Fah's learning new words.
That
Ah,
doesn't
stop
sound
it.
like a good idea.
Speak like a native. The many idioms and slang expressions of Waterdeepians would take a whole book to explore, but here I explain a few that might otherwise mystify. Dabbler but no master, and no mastery blazing forth. These idioms trace their origin to Agarin, who early in his studies of magic might humbly said, "I am no wizard, I am a dabbler, but no master of magic. It seems no mastery burns within me." Both now serve as expressions of false modesty, applied to any skill or craft, not just magic use. Sharp jaws, fast fists, bully blades, and alley blades. Those who boast of martial skill, but who shrink from violence or lack real ability, are called sharp jaws. In sharp contrast, Waterdeep's fast fists, any lout easily provoked to violence, bully blades, battle-hardened mercenaries hard as muscle, and alley blades, muggers and thieves.
Did Fah just learn insults?
Lots of them.
Yes.
Long ride and last
Singing
ride.
insults.
To a caravan merchant, a drover, or a farmer from the lands around Waterdeep, as well as any Waterdeepian who rides for sport, recreation, hunting, or falconry, the late afternoon is long ride, and dusk is last ride. Which the greater thief? Sourra Hollowhand was a famous lone cat thief of Waterdeep in the 1200s DR, who disappeared suddenly, as is thought to have come to a violent end. She once robbed a wizard and wrote this on his wall with a finger dipped in his favorite red wine. "I take things. You take freedom with your spells. Which one of us is the greater thief?" Waterdeepians now use this phrase in argument with one another over all kinds of matters when comparing wrongs done.
So is this a pissing contest word?
Probably.
Nice.
Doth thy mirror crack? Or hurl but think not? Or take but not count cost? Be nothing then? No, be nothing then! Sorry, there's an exclamation point after that statement. Laurel Silverhand, then the Mage of Waterdeep, when she was married to Kelvin Blackstaff Arunson, once publicly rebuked an over-ambitious wizard of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors thusly. If I hurl spells but think not of consequences, I am nothing. If I take lives but count not the cost, I am nothing. If I steal in the night and see not the faces of the devastated come the next morning, I am nothing. If I make decrees like a ruler but undertake none of those responsibilities of the throne, I am nothing. And if I do all these things in the name of the Watchful Order, I am less than nothing. Doth thy mirror crack? These scornful words are remembered and used most daily in Waterdeep, even a century later. Wow, she was shady. Ooh,
I've learned a new vicious mockery.
yeah. Oh,
Doth thine mirror crack?
oh man.
Look at it, yes.
Oh, like I felt that psychic damage on that one. Ow, ow. All those words just to say fuck off. All of that just to politely say fuck off.
That's
Honestly,
like the most elegant one I have seen for ages for that.
Okay, now major temples of Waterdeep. So basically it's gonna be presented in the deity, the temple name, and the location.
Alrighty.
All deities, Holy Hand's House, North Ward. All elven deities, Temple of the Seldrain, Castle Ward. Gond, House of Inspired Hands, Sea Ward. Helm, Helm's Hall, Southern Ward. Ilmater, Hospice of Saint Lopson, North Ward. Lathander, Spires of the Morning, Castle Ward. Maliki and Sylvanus, Shrines of Nature, Sea Ward. Mistra, House of Wonder, Sea Ward. Ogma, Font of Knowledge, Castle Ward. Saloon, Tower of the Moon, Sea Ward. Illustrate, Hidden Location. Drow. Soon, S-U-N-E, soon, or Sune. Temple of Beauty, Sea Ward. Tempest, House of Heroes, Sea Ward. Timora, Tower of Luck, Castle Ward. Tyr, Halls of Justice, Castle Ward. Umberley, the Queenspire, Beach. Oh, and now we're breaking down the wards. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. So much to read. All right, so we're going to start off with the Sea Ward. I will say this. Sorry, I'm singing in the voice. I will say this. Much confused. What are these things called gods?
Oh no. Don't worry about it. Well, I mean, Bahamut's a god, so
Bahamut is cousin.
Bahamut is God.
Yeah, but that's not what taught. Bahamut is cousin. Sky cousin.
Sky Daddy.
No, not Sky Daddy, Sky cousin.
I see.
Sky cousin.
Alabama.
No, not Alabama, just Sky cousin. They're just they are a relative that just is very powerful. That's literally what I mean, if you're gonna say it in regards like that, literally if people worshipped Bone Crusher, she could be a god too. She created her own demi-plane.
I repeat, is she not at that point?
I mean, I haven't classified her that in this story. But I mean, come on, she created her own demi-plane. Her own demi-plane to hide the immense amount of prismatic dragons away from the world.
And we are done with the cursed art.
Huh? Oh, you're done?
Oh,
You're done? Okay, good.
yes.
All right, so here we go. So before I start with the C word, like all these god names, I'm going to interpret this as Fah, and maybe Sil can
I'm take this to chatting while you do that, because I want to send this straight off.
No, go ahead.
Get a response.
I do want to say this. I am, like, I would say that at this point during their meeting with Volo, while they are fixated on this book, when they get to the deities, Fah would have said, "What are deities?"
Mm-hmm.
And just shrug. And what do they need? What do they need? These Templars. Now, mind you, they do know about gods because they have read about gods, but not in the sense of a city needing. The thing is that dragons may know, but the way I've written the prismatic dragons, they led a more sheltered existence. And to them, Bahamut and Tiamat are considered very powerful cousins. So that's, again, Anubis, if you read the Fah's backstory, it literally it's just to give you a foundational knowledge of the prismatic dragons.
Welcome, Liam. You finally joined in. Yeah. Here, I'll just show you.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone can enjoy just staring.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what.
I did this because
because
Papa Mutt asked to.
The thing is, like, regular dragons do know what deities are, but the prismatic dragons, they lived a more sheltered existence because that the reason why they're so rare is that they hid away. They hid away from
the best part is
cultures. So the younger dragons like Fah would have read about these beings, but their connection to them is not like other dragons. Like, they don't have a direct connection to regular how regular dragons have.
Yeah. So I'm feeling like a complete idiot right now. I can't find it.
Find what?
Yeah. Unless I've like completely blindsided it.
Can't find what?
Oh, what you just made.
Oh, the curse. The curse.
I'm currently having it go through its time lapse on how it was made.
Ah. Oh, you're doing it like that. My
Hmm.
apologies.
Well,
But yeah, no, that's pretty much that's how I set up the prismatic dragons and explaining their disappearance from the world and why they're so rare to be found. Why they're so rare is because the Grand Matriarch, who technically herself could be a goddess, a dragon goddess in her own right, because she created her own goddamn plane. Well, demi-plane, but she created her own plane of existence to be able to keep her kin
And that's that.
safe.
By the way, Liam, just as a heads up, we are doing a multi-stream today. Dark is on their side. If
Yeah.
you hit exclamation multi, you will see Dark's link as well.
Oh my word.
Or
What
we'll
have
take you
you
to a link where
created?
you can see both chats.
Yeah.
And due to both, Dark is reading through the Anacreon
And
by
Kyridian.
Volofamp and Kyridian by Volofamp in from the Dragon Heist Waterdeep. And I am doing, well, I was doing this cursed art. I just finished it. I'm gonna move over and switch back over to my usual abstract
Yeah.
craziness.
All right. So now I'm gonna ask, since we have Anubis lurking, Anubis, I do have a question for you. We had my wonderful owl friend here resubbed, and technically because this is the real Dragons of Waterdeep content, can we count the resub as part of the prize table?
I hope that's a yes.
I gotta ask that before I forget. So
Right, okay, Flint, I finally added you to your profile. Now, who else do I have a profile for? We have one for you, Helix. No, we do not. We need to add one for you. I need to drop Holly as well. Oh, Time Weave is going to be an interesting one to draw.
oh, sure. Okay, so can we roll it now, or do you want to save it for Tuesday to roll it then?
hmm?
Because we do have Comfy right here to be able to say which of the 4 dragons.
You already know who I'm gonna say.
I still
You
want
know
to.
that-
I know which one you're gonna say, but still.
Whatever,
I have
whatever's
to.
on that wheel, whatever consequence or gift is going
No,
towards
it's a
DB.
gift. No, it's a gift. Oh, okay. So
okay.
so Fa. Okay, so Fa. So
Fa.
can we
Straight
roll?
Fa.
Can we roll the prize table to find out what Fa gets?
Every time you
If
say
I
Fa,
need-
I just want to say Fa Mulan. I'm sorry, DB.
I know.
No,
I know.
I got Farah. It's just like, which? Like,
Because
how you
how you
Although I
say
think the
Fa,
most
you just say
successful
Fa,
is
and then in my
better
head
with the-
continues Mulan.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go.
Sure, but if you roll short rest, you get not. Oh, come on! Can't I just add a plus to the short rest?
You haven't used it yet?
Well, we haven't had an opportunity to need to use it yet.
Damn.
That's cruel. That is cruel,
I
Anubis.
feel like it's fair though. Short rest is like life or death. You can use that.
Nope. The thing is, okay, so if I end up with another short rest, I get nothing. It'll be a waste.
Don't worry. The gifted sub is just waiting.
Ah, God, here we go. All right, here we go.
Let's see the wheel. Let's see the wheel.
You can't. There is no wheel. I just push a button and then it tells me. All right, here we go, everyone. Let's find out what Fa gets. Oh, I like this.
What'd you get?
Advantage on a roll of your choice.
Let's go.
All right, so I will.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm.
OP.
Well, I have a short rest waiting for me. And
an
then
advantage.
and an advantage on a roll of my choice. So
Let's go.
the thing is, see, this is the thing. We've been giving each other advantage on everything. So this is funny. Because we've been helping each other. That's how close the dragons are. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'll help you. Okay, cool.
Double advantage.
No double advantage.
Hey, bro. You
Yeah,
get
so
double advantage for this attack.
No, sorry, I get advantage on a roll. Can I mark that on his sheet as a DM inspiration? So that way I don't have to write out the whole thing with an advantage roll.
It do be a comfy inspiration.
That way to make it easier for me. Okay, awesome. Let me open up Pause sheet and just quickly mark that as a inspiration. All right, now we can get off the sheet. Awesome. Thank you, Anubis. All right, so this is the advantage, but works only. Oh no, I know. I gotta announce that I'm gonna be rolling it at advantage. I know. I gotta announce it before I roll it. But unfortunately, for some reason, my sheet just rolls at advantage anyways. It's so weird, and I don't know why it does that. But it's so weird. But yeah.
This is inspiration.
Yeah, but anyways, but we'll know that for sure that roll is specifically advantage. But Arden, when you get a chance regarding Flights of the Legacy, I don't know if you got my message on TikTok regarding certain skills.
Oh wait,
TikTok real quick.
who's DB, who's DMing the second year?
Anubis.
Second season. Anubis. Oh, okay.
Anubis, yeah.
Okie dokies.
Yeah, DM inspiration.
Yeah, Anubis is the DM for Tuesdays. I'm the DM for Flights of the Legacy.
No, which one's the one that?
Yeah, no, I get that, because it's not. The thing is that this is not a true DM inspiration. For me, it's just a reminder that I have the advantage.
You'd be book 2 of Flights of the Legacy.
Yeah.
Okie dokies.
Which is the Monday one.
Which is the Monday group, yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is not for a while.
It's
not for a while.
I need to be reminded. I
know.
Season 2, and I've just had to write up an entire new quest line because they decided to put a hole in the module.
Let's go.
Look. Yeah, I know.
That's how it works.
Oh, you were just clarifying for the chat. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get back to the Enchiridion. Okay, here we go. Seaward. Every time I read that, I think of SeaWorld. And when I like almost messed it up. Seaward. The Seaward stands proud on the high ground of Mount Waterdeep's sunset shadow. The rich and the powerful, or those who wish to think that such of them, and can afford the rent.
Okay,
No Shamu
later.
Okay. Rent. Reside or run their businesses here. When the warlords and pirates of early Waters Deep gained enough gold, they built fortresses on what used to be the fields of grass tousled by the wind. You can still see the remains of some of the old castles incorporated into the palatial homes of the noble families that dwell in the Seaward. For the best all-around view of the glittering homes enshrouded by garden walls, go to where Diamond Street and Delzorin Street cross, nigh to Mistress House of Wonder, and simply spin in a circle. Blue and gold are the Seaward's colors in competitions. And the ward's mascot is a sea lion, a fanciful combination of fish and feline. There's a persistent... Why do I have an image of a catfish instead of a sea lion? I don't know why that just popped in my head. Anyways, persistent but false legend that the famous Lion Gate and the Field of Triumph is the gaping maw of a sea lion. The architectural design for the gates show this to be false. However, they can be viewed on the map in the map house, the guild hall of surveyor's map, and chartmakers guilds in the castle ward. That was a weird sentence. Must-see locations in the Sea Ward begin, of course, with the Field of Triumph, but just across the street there is a no less remarkable House of Heroes, the largest temple in the city, dedicated to Tempus. Its many grand halls celebrate the city's champions of both battle and support. Is that the sea lion?
What?
Is that the sea lion?
Hot in here.
Oh, that's what it looks like. It is literally a catfish. Like literal.
Oh, top half cat, bottom half fish?
No! Scaly mer...
Oh, merfish.
Yeah, mercat. Like a mercat with hair.
Cute.
Literally lionfish. And judging by the seagulls, look how big that is. Okay, that's kind of...
I am on the mercat right now. That's so cool.
That is a sea lion. That is literally a sea lion. It is a sea lion, not sea lion. Interesting. Okay. All right, here we go. You should also visit the House of Wonder. This is surely the most splendid temple dedicated to the gods of magic, with Mystra a foremost among them, of course, in all the world. Although your eye will be drawn to its ornate towers, brilliant mosaics, and magical displays, look also for the humble violets growing amid the ostentation. These delicate flowers were Garen's favorite, and they are planted about the temple in memory of him. 2 other temples in the ward are as impressive, but in different ways. The Boetius House of the Moon has the tallest tower of any temple in the city, rising some 75 feet above the street. At its top, priests of Saloon bask in the light of the moon in all seasons. Don't tell them about Illustra's temple. We don't know that.
The fact that Volo knows it exists makes me want to.
It's not there, though. No, he's not talking about I'm throwing that in. That's ad-libbed.
Oh, you threw in the...
All the Illustra shit I threw in. All the Illustra shit I threw in.
I was about to say, because he knows of it, makes me really want to laugh at Naya.
No.
This is a secret temple.
No. That was me jabbing at Naya with doing it in Volo's voice and just throwing it in there. But no, he knows nothing about the Sisters of Illustra. Anyway, so where were we? At its top, priests of Saloon bask in the light of the moon in all seasons. The House of Inspired Hands, dedicated to Gond, presents an altogether less peaceful experience. Here, all the great innovative minds of the city invent and experiment, attempting to create everything from flying machines to stronger door hinges. But don't expect a museum of marvels such as can be found in Baldur's Gate. At this site, worship is work, as anyone at the temple is liable to tell you. If you're looking for some good fortune, you should surely visit the Tower of Luck, a temple complex dedicated to Timora. The tower, quote-unquote, in question is actually a many-pillared atrium ingeniously roofed over with glass. Beneath the roof, a bronze sculpture of a diminutive Timora, depicted as a laughing young girl, appears to be leaping from the very top of an astounding fountain. To pay your respects and make a wish, you come around to the fountain on a walkway and toss your coin to Timora. Managing to land it in her outstretched hand is a sure sign of her favor. Yeah, glass and dragon. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
If you need to refresh yourself during your travels, or perhaps to primp before an important meeting or a night out, visit Sune's faithful at the Temple of Beauty. Its marbled public baths and mirrored salons are open from before dawn and after dusk. There's no fee for these services. For the advice and aid of the temple's many pleasant attendants, but donations are encouraged.
Hot tub scene. Spa day, spa day.
2 parks in this sea ward might also be worth your time. The Shrines of Nature, just a block away from the Tower of Luck, are resplendent gardens dedicated to nature gods like Miek and Sylvanus. The park is closed to all except residents of the Sea Ward. Yet from beyond the iron fence that surrounds it, you can catch glimpses of the superb shrines, statues, and fountains within. The Hero's Garden is the only green space in the city that is open to the public besides the City of the Dead. But it is tucked away so far to the north in the Sea Ward that it gets few visitors, which is a pity. Since the fine statuary in this lush garden portrays many of the figures important to the city's history. I hesitate to mention a last location in the Sea Ward, and I will not reveal where to find it, for reasons that will soon become apparent. There is a house in the Sea Ward without windows or doors. You can't see it from the street, and those who live near will not speak of it to others. You'll know you are near it when you see blue tiles on the streets and walls leading into an alley that passes under the surrounding buildings. At night, these tiles glimmer dimly with the blue light of foxfire. More than one route leads into the Blue Alley, as this place is known, but there is a precious ways out. Most who enter don't come back. If you see the blue tiles, turn around and walk away before it's too late.
It's an actual building in the city.
Okay, I am skipping the C word. I don't want to go to the C word.
How you describe that building is an actual building in New York City.
Oh dear.
That's an
North Ward! Nobles
So-
aplenty live in the North Ward.
I'm hearing that and saying avoid New York. Got it.
Yep.
Nobles aplenty live in the North Ward, but the character of this ward is more peaceful than that of the Sea Ward. Though it has taverns and shops to suit a variety of tastes, the tenor of the area tends toward reserved and polite. Most streets are lined with row houses inhabited by the families of prosperous people of business. investing, and civic service. They are each wealthy enough to employ a servant or two, or they endeavor to appear as such.
So, liars and liars. Got it.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Hoarders and liars. Got it.
I need another cup of the dried dragon's blood at this rate. I'm going through it like wildfire.
So that one has a hoard, that one does not. That one has a hoard, and that one does not.
I have a hoard. You can't touch it though.
Alright, for the best experience in the North Ward, go there just before dawn. Buy a broadsheet and settle in at the cafe with a view of the street. Watch as the ward comes quietly to life around you. At first, it will be so silent that you'll be able to hear the resident a street over who opens her sash for fresh air and clears her throat. Then the birdsong will begin. Shortly thereafter you'll hear and then see the drays arriving with servants. These aren't the live-in staff used by noble houses, but people hired to come and work for a day. Most of them come from less affluent parts of the city, arriving with the tools of their trade and outfitted in their customary garb. Launderers and cooks in white, chimney sweeps and house cleaners in black, valets and childminders in grey, gardeners in green, and tutors in blue. As these servants spread out to knock on doors and begin their work, the residents of the ward take their exits, parting fondly with spouses and children, their footsteps tramping along the sidewalks and taking them into rattling hire coaches. In the span of just an hour, the North Ward comes to noisy life and then settles again in quiescence. Until later in the day, when the process reverses itself as residents return from work and servants leave. The liveliest and perhaps the loveliest part of the ward is the Cliff Watch. Here the plateau upon which Waterdeep sits features cliffs so steep and high that the city wall is interrupted up to either side of them. Some of the most lavish residences and most luxurious taverns and inns of Waterdeep stand along this space, boasting terraces and balconies that allow one to take in the beautiful sight of the countryside to the east. Yet you need not pay the high prices, for a public walkway along the cliff's edge offers pedestrians ample opportunity to enjoy the view. The North Ward's colors are green and orange, and its mascot is the gentle white dove, depicted in flight. Many North Ward homes have dovecotes on their roofs, and the great flocks of birds that circle over the city at dawn and dusk are a delight to behold.
So they're boring rich bird people. Got it.
Castle Ward. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did. Castle Ward. I don't know. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you just got very quiet. What, is everybody just entertained?
We're listening.
You guys are just
We're actively
entertained.
listening. We are entertained and actively listening to you.
Okay, just making sure. It just gets so quiet.
That's
It's
because
okay, baby.
just remember, I'm drawing in the background, so I'm just like I'm listening.
I'm turning
to
you
this
into
stuff.
bread. Did you forget?
No.
You're fine,
It's that
baby.
y'all were talking before, and then I'm reading, and then you're all reacting to what I'm reading, and then all of a sudden I'm reading, and there's silence.
Because we're actually interested.
We are super interested.
Because of the way I'm reading it.
No, just because you're reading it. If I was here, if I was there in person, you would just see me staring at you. Because I'm
Yeah.
actively paying attention.
So anyway, the Castle Ward. The Castle Ward is the heart and mind of Waterdeep. If not its soul... Oh, if not its soul... Sorry, let me reread that again because that was a... I didn't see the punctuation mark. Hold on, let me... Excusez-moi. Here we go. Luckily, the mist frames due to rendering does not matter because there's nothing other than us moving on the screen, which is broken which is like broken frames anyway. Yeah, because it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not audio.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Castle Ward is the heart and mind of Waterdeep, if not its soul. It houses the city's military forces, courts, government, and the market. The largest market square in any city in the north. It encompasses the city's navy docks in the Great Harbor and all of Mount Waterdeep, and it's home to 6 walking statues, numerous temples, and many other landmarks, like the secret Illustrae temple that no one knows about, including me. Castle Waterdeep stands above the city on a great bluff that extends out from the mountain. It towers soaring hundreds of feet into the sky. It surprises many to learn that this isn't where Waterdeep's ruler resides, nor from where the city is governed. The castle was and is a redoubt of last defense. Oh, sorry, I just yawned during that. Sorry. God, that caught me by surprise. There we go. Oh, you know what I need to do? What I need to do, because mine eyes are getting tired. Maybe I should wear mine computer glasses.
You wear
Probably you
glasses?
should.
Oh,
I
you
do.
should.
I
Wait, why
do
are you
wear
not
glasses.
wearing glasses? Hold up.
These are just computer glasses. They're just
Why don't
to
you wear
protect my eye. They're just to protect my eyes from the
blue light?
from the light. Yeah.
I currently have my eyes closed while drawing this next piece.
Oh my god.
Are you rando
Mines are
drawing?
built in. Mines are built into my
Kinda.
glasses.
All right, here
I
we
have an
go.
idea of what I'm doing with it, but
All right, here we go. Here we go. So where was I? Well, I'll just start over again. Castle Waterdeep.
yeah.
No, the castle was and is a redoubt of last defense should the city be attacked. But for well over a century, the ruler of Waterdeep has occupied the Palace of Waterdeep, also known as Yergeron's Palace, and still called that by elderly and long-lived citizens, including many elves. It is written that way. It's including many elves.
Nice.
So, old people and elves. Let's see here. Though not quite as large as the castle, the palace is far more comfortable and lavishly decorated with many halls, used by government officials, guildmasters, and nobles for meetings and court proceedings. If you have reason to be invited, not compelled, I should hope, to meet with the guildmaster, to meet with the masked lords, or the open lord of Waterdeep, it would likely take place in the audience chamber of the palace. There you can witness the ancient and humble throne that Abgarin first sat upon so long ago. Many Other buildings in the ward are given over to city businesses, including several courts for magisters and the barracks of city guard. So many of the ward's structures and offices and meeting halls for business owners, solicitors, publishers, and the like that the castle ward has the smallest resident population of all the wards. Many landmarks of interest are found in the ward aside from the 6 walking statues discussed later in this chapbook. You could hardly see them all in a day, but the following are highly recommended. Blackstaff Tower is a squat black blot in the otherwise pretty ward. Humble though the edifice might be, looking at the place for too long, could give you a queasy feeling and the sense that you are being watched. Almost as if the tower itself has turned an unseen and wrathful eye upon you. Perhaps you think it's fanciful. Well, go and try it yourself. On the opposite end of the mountain, close to the naval harbor, stands Mert's Mansion. Once a fortress-like and glowering tower, it has been upgraded with more delicate fashions of architecture since the return of its long-absent owner. Mert has quite a history with Durnan, the proprietor of the Yawning Portal.
Oh, I know those people. Or I know this person.
Together, they descend into the well, as the entrance to Under Mountain, also known in the olden days, Waterdeep used to throw criminals in the well, leaving them to die horribly in Under Mountain's dungeons. Durnan and Mert entered the dungeons of their own free will, and not only that, but returned laden with treasures. Both used magic to extend their lives, but they eventually parted ways. Mert kept on with a life of adventure, while Durnan built a tavern called the Yawning Portal over the well. And now, almost 2 centuries later, charges coin to descend into it. Not a bad way to part fools from their money. The glorious spires of the morning, dedicated to Lathander, is one of Waterdeep's most beautiful temples, but it is rivaled in this ward by the Temple of the Celadrine, dedicated to all the elf gods. The journey through Mount Melodywalk, a tunnel cut through Mount Waterdeep, to New Olam's Academy of Music and Other Arts is a wondrous daytime excursion. The market offers a wild array of sights, smells, and sounds in which folk might lose themselves for a 10-day. The Fort of Knowledge is a temple to Ogma, yes, but also the city's largest public library. Titles written throughout the ages can be viewed here, under the watchful eyes of the temple's priests. In short, if I could claim this section of the Enchiridion to be such, the castle ward offers far too many splendors to list them all here. The castle ward's colors are blue and purple, and its mascot is a griffin, typically depicted in gold. These borrow colors from the city's flag and reference the Griffin Cavalry, of course. Champions for the ward come from among the ranks of the Guard, the Navy, or the Cavalry. Although such competitors often have the advantage in races and competitions, their crowds are rapidly cheering fans are naturally much smaller than those of other wards. God. Excuse me a moment, I need to take a break.
Whoa. Okie dokie. You okay?
Ooh, yeah, no. I need to take a break from reading. I need to take.
Let your eyes rest a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, too. Yeah. Lie down.
Well, I'm now.
rest your
Well, I'm now. No. I'm wearing my glasses now, so my eyes are fine. It's my voice. It's my voice.
Massage
That's what you're
Zeige's
good for doing.
throat.
Well, I'm gonna take a break to go refill my tea. So I will be back with some more. Let's see, how long have I been talking for? Almost 2.5 hours. Okay.
And I will send you a picture of bread.
Well, I will be back in a bit. I'll be back after I make myself some more tea. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am back. I just cursed. I just cursed everybody else with something that I was potentially going to buy for Arden, but then I realized I already got something for Arden. I may have done some retail therapy for myself. So he's showing his stream. He's showing his stream what I was possibly gonna purchase and decided not to. But it is on my wish list though. Because there's a whole bunch of them. There's
What the?
It's a strong cat. It is the power of neon.
It's by the power of neon.
It's
sorry,
like if
You will be lucky.
it's like if Meowscular Chef skipped every other day except Arms Day.
Oh Lord. Okay. Let me.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, while my stream gets cursed with that image for however long that's going to take.
So what I'm gonna say is that my voice is starting to get very tired. So I'm going to read the trades ward and then we're gonna end stream on that note, and then we'll come back next week with the rest of the Enchiridion, and hopefully I don't get distracted and start talking about other shit for 45 minutes.
I missed that Austin conference. Damn it.
No, I'm thinking while
Yeah.
you do that, I was going to open up something else in the background for stream to see because I'm not going to be drawing. Art portion of stream has finished.
That's fine. All right, so
Oh, yeah,
the
I've got
trades.
for D2.
Okay, so I'm going to go into reading the trades wards now. All right, there we go. The trades wards. Shopping. Shopping galore. Or eating. Or drinking. Or lavish accommodations, or fine art, or legendary party. Or legendary parties! The market in the castle ward is the largest market square in the city, but the trades ward is like a market town in itself, and is easily thrice the market size. This ward bustles day and night with activity both on the street and on balcony walkways that run the length of blocks and are sometimes layered 5 stories high. Shop signs appear to leap out of buildings whose sides are plastered with advertisements, all vying for the attention of the glove shops, shoe shops, jewelry shops, perfumeries, flower shops, cake shops, taverns, cafes, tea shops, inns, row houses, boarding schools, offices, dance academies, grocers, pottery stores, armory vendors. As long as it's not illegal, you can find it in the trades ward. But if you are looking for something illegal, the trades ward is likely the place to get that too. Do not do so loudly though. The City Watch has a heavy presence in this ward, in the form of both open patrols and officers working out of uniform. So New York, got it. New York. Just describe Chinatown in New York. Got it. As befits a place of so many businesses, many guilds have their halls in this ward. Of particular note is the House of Light, the hall of the Guild of Chandlers and Lamplighters. Outside the building, a wagon-sized mound of wax with hundreds of wicks are kept lit day and night, while being continually built up with adhered candles. Inside, the best works of the guild are put on display and sold, including not just candles of various colors, lamps, and chandeliers, but elaborate waxwork constructions that depict all sorts of subjects, from personages of note to dragons to complex and abstract lattices, all represented with fantastical candles. Magic users should be wary in the court of the White Bull. Long ago, this plaza was a grazing area for livestock, including an albino calf that was born here. The calf's owner built the White Bull Tavern, which thrived on the spot for years and gave the area its name. You'll not find the tavern now, though it's vanished, utterly destroyed during an infamous spell battle between the Archmage Thongalar and the mighty and evil mage Shael Rautilir and his apprentices. In the storm of magic that touched down here, Shael and his apprentices all perished, and the fabric of the weave was rent, such as that Azuth, god of wizards, was forced to appear and set things right. He is said to have stitched reality and the weave back together, but a wrinkle in the fabric remains. To this day, magic brought to bear in the court of the White Bull sometimes goes awry, and the use of magic items and spells is forbidden in this area.
So, no magic for Moo Moo Alley. Got it.
Wait a minute. Just a reminder. Aren't dragons part magic?
Not part magic, they are magic.
So you guys shouldn't step foot in there.
We wouldn't be able to physically, I think,
There you go.
unless our presence brings about the magics.
The thing is that spells used go wild, is what basically what they're saying. That this is a hot spot for wild magic, so you're not allowed to use magic in the court of the White Bull. Right. The Trades Ward uses green and purple as its colors, and its mascot is the Mimic.
Oh, of course.
What?
This This tradition supposedly arose because when mascots were first chosen, the Trades Ward took a chest of gold as its own, and was roundly mocked by citizens of the other wards for not picking a creature. Now, every 4 years, the ward reveals a new object for its mascot, declaring it to be the Mimic.
Oh, dear.
The nature of the object is subject to much speculation and rumor until its unveiling. For months afterward, the object becomes the source of practical jokes in Waterdeep. Rock gnomes and wizards cause illusionary mouths to lunge from real versions of the object. Artisans craft beautiful fakes out of cake or paper that are easily crushed when assumed to be real, and so on. As of writing this Enchiridion, the current Mimic is a tankard.
So they're the practical joke of the area, and they have good sense of humor.
Well,
Good to know.
no, actually, no. They were petty. They are petty as fuck. They got made fun of for having a chest, which would make sense for a trades war. But because they didn't pick a thing, you know what? Yeah, fuck you, Mimic. Like, literally, fuck you. We're going to be petty about it, Mimic. So every year, you're just going to have to wait to see what our mascot's going to be revealed as. Like, what kind of what shape did the Mimic take this year?
Yeah.
That's actually that's actually a
Very
very
fancy humor.
great idea.
It's a great advertising, though. It's great advertising if you're trying to advertise a certain trend that's going on in the trades ward.
Yeah.
That is brilliant advertising. But those poor cakes. The poor freaking cakes. The poor freaking cakes. Oh, goodness. All right. And I will be right back because doggo emergency. So I will be right back. back in.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, so I am back, everyone. Thank you so much for waiting. Dagos wanted to go. What
We did not wait for you.
do you mean you did not wait
You
for
gotta
me?
go, you gotta go.
We did not wait for you.
What do you mean you ended your stream?
No, we're still here. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, but I will do one more ward, and then we'll end.
Ye-
Goodness. There we go. Hot, warm. Not hot, warm. Just nice
Ready.
temperature. Good throat temperature ready
Oh my.
tea. All right, here we go. The Southern Ward. It is called the Southern Ward, not the South Ward. Waterdeepians are peculiar about this, and if you insist on referring to it as the South Ward, expect to be corrected or thought a fool. The name derives not merely from its southerly location in the city, but from the southerners who settled in this district as the city grew. Today, the wards still hosts most of the traveling merchants who visit the city, and is made up of many enclaves, blocks, and streets primarily occupied by citizens who trace their ancestry to other realms. One
Oh my.
can indulge in the finest halfling food here, enjoy the best singers of Kelishite music, and examine the most stunning works of dwarven crafting. But the first challenge is finding where these treats are housed. The Southern Ward has long been a district of laborers catering to travelers, so its folk have adapted the architectural custom of building homes and businesses above stables or around innyards, near to where wagon trains are housed. Residents of the Southern Ward take pride in their legacy as overland travelers and hard-working folk, so it should be no surprise that the ward's mascot is a mule. Okay, so it wasn't a half-assed design. Good to know. Here we go. Hold on.
There's whole ass.
Let's see here. On their competition flag is a pugnacious mule in rampant pose stands on a field of red and white, colors said to represent the blood and tears the people of the Southern Ward have shed during their labors. Not a landmark as such, but surely a sight that must be seen is the moon sphere. This isn't a structure, but an event that occurs during every full moon, when a glowing spherical field of blue light appears in the square known as the Dancing Court. Any creatures that enter the sphere find that they can fly about inside it just by willing themselves to do so. For centuries, Waterdeepians have used these supernatural events to develop a unique flying style of dance. But amateur enthusiasts aren't welcome, except on certain daylight appearances of the full moon. Even when the full moon isn't out, the Dancing Court is worth visiting because of the adjacent fest hall, the Jade Dancer. During appearances of the moon sphere, people sometimes daringly leap into the field of magic from the balconies of this 3-story tavern, dance hall, and inn. But the fest hall takes its name from a peculiar dancer within it, rather than those in the court outside. The Jade Dancer is an 8-foot-tall jade statue of a woman that magically animates and dances for patrons. And on occasion serves as a bouncer. Elminster has informed me that despite its dexterity and seemingly fragile beauty, the Jade Dancer is a puissant as a stone golem. So enjoy the show, but don't get too rowdy. I don't have much left on the city of the Wards of Waterdeep, but we are going to stop here because, again, I don't want to push myself. I want to be able to talk. I just got my voice back today, so I don't want to push it too much. Because I do have a game on Monday, Flights of the Legacy, and on Tuesday, the real Dragons of Waterdeep. So, we will see you then. I want to thank Arden, Binary, and the Comfy Owl, Karos, for joining me on this wonderful adventure of the reading Volo's Waterdeep Enchiridion part 2. So tune in next week for a part 3 of this. You can find the Enchiridion or any of the Real Dragons of Waterdeep supplementals on a playlist on our YouTube channel. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching my protagonists, and have yourself a great evening and weekend as I need to go eat. Good night.